In just days, you can finally get your hands on Sony's PlayStation 3 and Nintendo's Wii. Now, the PS3 is trying to blow you away with graphics and its fancy cell processors. The Nintendo Wii, on the other hand, wants to offer you and your grandmother a totally new gaming experience. But who is going to come out on top? Welcome to the next level. I missed that. It's The Loop. Joining us tonight from San Francisco, senior editor for Games Radar, Christian Nutt is here, and contributor for Electronic Gaming Monthly, Johnny Gibson. Welcome to the Loop, gentlemen. Christian, hello. I want to start with you because it sounds like, Nintendo has everything going for it. We've heard for months now they've been producing these consoles. They're cheap. They've got the innovative controller. How can the PlayStation 3 stand a chance when even our own polls are reflecting people think the Wii is going to win?
Well, the PlayStation had a lot of bad press, going up to the launch, but it's a fantastic system with fantastic graphics. It's much more technologically advanced, and it should pave the way for 5, 6, maybe 10 as they want more years of gaming.
Now, do you really think that Sony will be able to get 10 years out of a console? I don't recall a manufacturer ever getting that much life out of a system, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say. It really depends on how things go with the 360, because obviously the Wii's paving a different path. I think they can coexist just fine, the PS3 and the Wii. It's all down to Sony versus MS.
That's true. Now, John, some people say that the Wii, at best, it's a slightly improved GameCube with a controller that's going to get gimmicky within seconds. Is that a fair assessment?
It's a glorified GameCube, yeah. The graphics aren't up to par like PS3 or 360, but it's fun. Like, Christian doesn't mention the fun of Wii. PS3 has hair follicles with 20,000 polygons in it, but is there fun? Is there a community aspect to it?
But they flow naturally, John. That's the thing. Be it wind tunnel or just a casual sword fight, the hair flows naturally.
And they have pores and real-time pimples, but it doesn't matter because Nintendo knows.
It doesn't matter?
It does not.
I think it matters.
You think pores matter?
I don't think pores matter. I think excellent graphics matter. These games transport you to different worlds, show you things you couldn't see, and at HD resolution. So I think it's going to be really hot.
But compare something like Gears of War to Resistance. Like, there's no comparison there. Like, Gears has the simplified gameplay with that visceral action that you want, and
yeah,
Resistance
let's touch on
subpar.
Gears of War for a second, Christian, because when people go to the Best Buys and the Toys R Us's of the world, and they see Gears of War next to the PlayStation 3, it's comparing a launch title, lineup to a title that's had years in development. So some would say that's not fair, but does the average consumer know that or care? Is the PlayStation 3 in trouble during its holiday launch season?
I don't know. I think that, sure, there's been negative buzz on the net, but I think a lot of people love PlayStation. Gears of War has been lavished, no expense spared. I'd compare Resistance to, say, Perfect Dark Zero, see how we feel about that. They have to compete.
No, that's a much fairer comparison, and most people aren't willing to make that one. Now, John, do you compare the Wii to the PlayStation 3? Because you said it's all about fun for you, but can you compare the two types of games available?
I don't think necessarily it's that fair, but I spent the whole weekend with friends playing the Wii and hitting the Wii Sports and hitting the Zelda and doing some Excite Truck. And it's just fun. It's this community aspect of gameplay that we kind of lost. Like, remember the days of Super Mario Kart with Super Nintendo? Like, you had 4 friends in the living room, like, yelling at each other. And now you can strangle them with the cord, too.
I'm getting misty. No, you're supposed to use the included wrist strap, but again, don't hurt other people in the room. Nintendo's being very clear about that.
But it's all about the choking, Kevin. It's all about the choking.
I know you're a big fan of the choke, John. Christian, people have said they're hoping to get 400,000 units to North America for this launch window. I think it's a no-brainer that this is going to be sold out. People won't be able to get their hands on it, even if they want it. But what's the outlook for, let's say, January through June of next year? Will the demand still be high for the PlayStation 3?
Well, let's look at how the 360 went. The 360 demand was consistent across last year, and the PlayStation, people love the PlayStation. I think the demand is going to outstrip supply for some good long time, especially as better games start coming out early next year. We're talking like Heavenly Sword and Warhawk, Rain, all those games that people are really looking forward to that use the 6-axis controller, stuff like that.
But is it $600, $800? Like you need the system that bad when you got the Wii for $300 with a game, basically?
Yeah, they're very different. It is a lot of money, but it's delivering a very high, technological, appeal.
It's an
like
investment
a very
that could
different
pay off
thing.
down
Yeah.
the road, and I think that's the risk that Sony's hoping
I think it will,
people
you know?
are willing to make. And I agree, I think it will as well. But right now, though, it's a question of who's going to win. But I don't think we're going to answer that just yet today. I want to thank Christian and John for keeping us in the loop. Listen, the battle of the PlayStation 3 versus the Wii is not going to be decided by fancy processors or gimmicky controllers. The battle will be decided by whoever has the most innovative and entertaining games.
It's your life.
Your life.
It's your show.
Your show.
An all-new Attack of the Show. Weeknights at 7 p.m. Only on G4.